Hello everyone, this is Jim Okrasinski. So I thought I would do a quick video on the literature review itself. I've seen a couple of submissions already for the proposal, a couple of good efforts there. Please look for grading on that unit and also the comment and the feedback. Be aware of how to cite sources. I would take a good look at the using and citing sources page in the course unit, along with the understanding of what a quote sandwich might be and how to build one of those. But to get a little bit of a head start on the literature review, I thought I'd take a really good look here at the example on birth order was the particular topic. So not only do you see the introduction here about the topic of this particular literature review, but immediately right after the introduction, if you look, you have a nice lead in here about birth order, and then it actually announces the article. Remember, this is a review of literature, so then it's the article Settling the Debate on Birth Order and Personality by Julia Rohrer. And basically a summary, and also here we have a quote here talking about Adler's theory, and conversely the conversation here about some analysis of this particular reading. Now, from there, the author makes a move here, I should say the writer makes a move into explaining a little bit about Adler's theory, but also goes into the second source here. Does birth order impact personality? So once again, you see the typical structure here, the summary, the lead-in, a quote here being used, and also some of the analysis, and also reaching back and talking about some of Julia Rohrer's findings and what she has to say, and puts those in the conversation here. This is the synthesis portion of the assignment. And then it moves on into the introduction of the third source, right? So as you scroll through and you read through, this is a source by source, building quote sandwiches, and reaching back and forward to connect to other sources about this particular topic of birth orders. Once again, you have the introduction of the next source. I believe this is the fourth one, by Gillian Wilson, and it goes on from there, all right? And then there's also a wrap-up where all of them come together. One thing I do want to point out in this particular example is the works cited page. Here are the MLA citations, properly formatted with the hanging indent, both all the videos, EasyBib, everybody will, they have the resources available to provide the citations here. One thing I do want to warn everybody in building the quotes and in the quote sandwiches is that we use authors' names, all right, and titles of the articles. We don't put in website addresses, all right? There should be no links in the lit review. So this is just a quick discussion pointing out the structure of a lit review. I hope everybody takes the time to read through the birth order example. It is a good example on a lit review and how to go about putting one together. I think once you grasp the concept, you'll find that it's pretty a reasonable effort to just go from source to source and make the synthesis and connections as you run through your different sources. You should find some common elements. All right, I want to end this here. I didn't want to make this too long, so if you have any questions or issues, please send me an email.